Eskom's dodgy coal dealings were unearthed at the state capture inquiry today. The utilities contract manager, Gert Opperman, shed light on irregular contracts with the Gupta-owned Brakfontein mine. Former official Johann Bester testified about the utilities' coal procurement processes as well. Our reporter Erin Bates is there. She joins us now in studio. So Johann Bester testified on Eskom's contract with Gupta. What was he saying? What's the scrutiny?
The scrutiny is over the fact that Eskom officials seem to have knowingly flouted ordinary protocol in order to favour Gupta. And this is the submission that Advocate Kate Hofmeyer, Senior Counsel, says that the inquiry's legal team will submit to Chairperson Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo. And Bester actually honed in on the increase of a contract with Gupta from 5 years to 10 years. This is what he had to say.
So, Bester, I'd like to follow up on that last statement you made that there was no good reason not to contract for the longer period. I want to suggest to you that there were two good reasons not to contract for the longer period. The first of those is that at February 2015, no financial assessment had yet been done of Gupta. Is that not correct?
I'm not aware that one has been done. I've been shown, yes, that it's been done. I've been shown a report that was done subsequent to that, yes. But
you weren't aware in February 2015 of the financial position, because that report was only done at the end of April 2015. Is that not correct?
I would probably have seen their financial statements when they were available out of interest.
So just to be clear to us, did you consider the financial position before committing Eskom to the 10 years?
I may have, but it's not my call.
Are you aware that the financial assessment that was done did not recommend contracting with Gupta for the Brakfontein CSA?
I am aware that that was the conclusion, yes.
So that would have differed from the ad hoc conclusion you made in February 2015?
So it's not for me to have reached a conclusion or to advise that the contract can be entered into on that basis, no.
And then meanwhile, the Business Day is reporting that Tom Moyane and Pravin Gordhan are actually due to clash over cross-examination.
Yes, so I thought it important to us maybe zoom out a little bit on all of those finer details on coal contracts today, just to highlight, in addition to not doing due diligence on Gupta, we also heard there from Bester that they weren't confident, well, at least the reports weren't confident, that it was going to be a good financial deal to work with Gupta. But you're right, the Business Day is saying that our current Public Enterprises Minister, Pravin Gordhan, and Tom Moyane, the former SARS boss, are going to clash over this issue of cross-examination. And on Business Day's reporting by Karen Morn, the allegation is that Gordhan thinks that Moyane's counsel, in the form of Advocate Dali Mpofu, is part of a ploy to drive the interests of the economic freedom fighters. And for that reason, on Business Day is reporting yet again, they're saying that Gordhan wants to push back against Moyane, cross-examining him. Now, this raises a whole slew of questions because, of course, Johann, cross-examination is a key aspect of a credible inquiry. It's also key for implicated persons to have that permission to actually test the versions of people who've embroiled them in all sorts of aspects of corruption. So some difficult manoeuvring coming up on the Business Day's version.
Yeah, and then the guy who brought us all that interesting evidence, the bombshell dropper we called him for a long time, City Press reporting that he's actually set to return next month, Angelo Agrizzi.
Correct. So City Press's Abram Mashego reporting that Angelo Agrizzi is set to return. He's made further submissions. There's an even longer list now of names on City Press's reporting of people that Agrizzi claims were involved in all of the Bosasa schemes. And so he is set to come back next month. And remember that he's been charged, and he and his co-accused in the Bosasa matter are also due in court toward the end of March. So some interesting testimony certainly ahead with him.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting because he's turned down the PIC, I think, or was it? No. It was the NPA Commission,
yes,
the Mahoro Commission, saying he couldn't testify because he might incriminate himself.
Exactly. And yet here with the Zondo Commission, he is on City Press's reporting returning. Now, the terms of reference are slightly different. And there was a lot of discussion around a change to a clause in the terms of reference for the Zondo Commission once President Cyril Ramaphosa came into power, because, of course, his predecessor, then President Jacob Zuma, had signed off the terms of reference for the Zondo Commission. And then Ramaphosa changed the amendment on on self-incriminating evidence and how it can and cannot be used in prosecution. So that may inform Agrizi's decision to return, or maybe there's just so much evidence that he's sitting on that he has already testified and the Commission wants him to come back.
Yeah, and then very quickly, of course, we know that the focus right now has been on Eskom. How much longer is that going to happen for?
Yes, well, Johann, my guess, and I'm very open to correction on this one, would be at least until the end of this week. You know, we'd initially heard it would be 2 weeks of evidence. We're now entering our third week of evidence on Eskom, and it looks set to continue at least until Friday.
All right, thanks so much for that. Appreciate it. Our reporter, Erin Bates.